If you've been thinking about creating your first product or selling the ones that you already use in your classroom, you might be wondering, what programs should I use? What is free? What's legal? What do I stay away from? In this episode, I'm going to break down what programs teachers actually use to create TPT resources, which tools are safe and which are allowed, and which ones you should avoid if you want to protect your business.
Hey, teacher friend. Welcome to Online Business for Teachers, the podcast for educators who are tired of being tired and wondering if there's more out there. Are you up late Googling online jobs for teachers or how to make extra money from home? Do you dream about starting a business, working from home, or finally getting paid for the resources you've already created without adding more stress to your plate? I'm Monica Lopez, a former teacher who was burnt out, overwhelmed, and secretly searching for a way out. I wanted more time with my kids, the freedom to work from home, and a way to make money doing something I actually enjoyed. That's when I discovered the simplest path, creating and selling my own teacher resources, using the skills I already had. Now, I help teachers like you turn your ideas into income with step-by-step guidance, real talk about finding time to grow your business, and the mindset shifts that help you believe it's actually possible. So close those lesson plans and grab your favorite drink. It is your turn now.
The summer after I uploaded my first resources, that graphic organizer that I keep telling you about, if you've listened to my other podcast episodes, I tutored and I created some resources for my students. One of the resources that I created was something that was similar to Estrellita. If you teach bilingual elementary, I'm sure you have heard of Estrellita before. It's a phonics program. And so I created something that was a companion to that. And I went ahead and posted it on TPT. Well, I think it was a few weeks later, I got a notice. It was a cease and desist notice that I had violated copyright. And it was the actual company, Estrellita company, that was emailing me and demanding that I take the resource down because I had violated their terms of use. Well, although I did not actually violate it, what I did do is I put Estrellita in my product description. I think I said something like it follows Estrellita or something. And so they found it and of course they reported me. So needless to say, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just creating stuff and posting it. And yes, I did get in trouble. So that's where I started thinking, okay, it's not just upload and sell, right? There are some rules here and I had no idea what they were. So I began learning. I did all the research and all of those things. And today I want to share with you what I have learned through the years. So let's start with what programs to use. I have 3 favorite ones. I use Canva Pro. Now, Canva Pro is iffy for some people. Some people don't want to use Canva Pro or Canva at all because their terms of use can be a little confusing. So what I did to get around that is I emailed them directly and I said, hey, this is what I want to do. I gave them all the details and I said, can I use Canva Pro to create and sell these types of products on Teachers Pay Teachers? And I got a reply saying that I could. Now, that being said, there are some cases where teachers are being told that they can't. Okay, so I saved my email just in case they come back to me and say that I couldn't do it, right? Then I can have proof that they told me that I could. Okay, so that's how I get around that. I've been doing that for years and I have not had any issues with that. The only thing that is super clear in their terms of use is that you cannot use their templates. Now, their templates are, let's say that you go in there and search up a phonics worksheet and it pops up with a whole bunch of already created phonics worksheets. Those are their templates. Even if you modify it, take some stuff off, put some stuff in, all of the things. But if it's still one of their templates, you did not create it from scratch and you cannot use it. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So Canva Pro, yes, you can use that, but email them just in case, and do not use your templates. You can use their elements, which would be the clip art and even the photographs, although those are also a little bit iffy. So just make sure that you are careful about what you're using, okay, in Canva. All right, another resource that I like to use, and I have used before, is a PowerPoint. Make sure you have the business version of PowerPoint. So yes, you do have to pay for it, but it's not that big of an investment compared to what you will get in return. I think most TPT sellers use PowerPoint, and it's very safe to use and it's very user-friendly, all of the things, because we already use it in the classroom. Another program that I use, and it goes with, or it integrates with PowerPoint very easily, is Bearwood Labs. It's BEAR Wood Labs, WOOD. Okay, Bearwood Labs, and I think it's one word. They have a bunch of like word searches, bingo cards or bingo games, and crossword puzzles. They have other things as well, but those are my three favorite things that I use to create my resources. It also costs money, but it's a one-time fee. And of course you can buy them separately, but it's a one-time fee and you can use them forever. Just make sure that you have the commercial license, because I think they have a free version, but you're not allowed to sell things that you create with the free version. That's a personal use. Those are my three favorite programs to use to create my resources. So it's Canva Pro, PowerPoint, the business version, and then Bearwood Labs. So those are the three things. Now let's go into what to actually put in it, what to actually use, right? So I had a question. I think Veronica asked, how do I make it cute? How do I make my stuff cute? Okay, so you use cute fonts and you use cute clip art. Now, if you're going like the upper grades, you probably don't want cutesy stuff, but you can still find really good clip art on TPT, which takes me to the where in the world do I find all these really cool things to put in my resources? TPT sells a bunch of clip art that you can buy. Just make sure that it says it's commercial, that it says it's a commercial license, and same for fonts, okay? I usually get my clip art. If I don't get it from Canva, I'll get it from TPT. Just make sure it says commercial license. Same for my font. Now, for your fonts, I recommend something that is easy to read. Think about your students, right? Think about this, especially the students that have trouble reading already. If you give them hard fonts to read, then they're going to be really confused, right? So make sure it's nice and clear and easy to read. I also recommend getting one set of fonts and use that throughout all of your resources, because it gives consistency throughout your brand. So fonts and clip art, you can get those from TPT. Just make sure it is a commercial license. You can also find, I think, Etsy or Creative Fabrica. I've never done that before. Everything that I've ever needed is on TPT. So yes, you do have to make an investment. Those are actually very small investments. Clip art and fonts are very small investments. So you really don't spend a lot of money on that. You can also find templates already created for you on TPT. So if you're looking for maybe a Jeopardy game that you want to create, there are some commercial licenses that you can buy on TPT, and then you just input your information and you can actually sell it. If you are not sure whether you can sell it or it's not clear, but you really, really love that product, you can always email the artist or the creator and they will answer that question for you. Let's move on to what never to use or never to do in your TPT business. Okay, so here are the never, ever things to use, but there are still some teachers that do it, especially when they are brand new. So don't use Canva Education. Okay, that is a big no-no. You may not use Canva Education to create products that you are going to sell anywhere. Okay, another thing never, ever, ever to use is your school computer. Don't use your school computer to create products. Okay, that's a big no-no as well. Don't use anything that is intended for educational or personal use only. Okay, make sure, always make sure that there is a commercial license to use with it. Okay, never, ever, ever use random Google images. So make sure that you check the terms of use on your images that you are going to put into your products, especially on the photographs, because you never know if the artist has given permission to put their products in something that they are going to sell. If you're going to make a companion for something that is already out there, like a book, right? Let's say that I'm going to use something very obvious. Let's say that you want to make a novel study on Harry Potter, okay? You cannot use a picture of the cover. You cannot use pictures of anything, really. You cannot use whole paragraphs. So just be very, very careful with copyrighted stuff. So like Disney and all of that is off limits. Be careful with anything that is trademarked. Don't use it. That's just kind of a rule of thumb. If somebody else created it, you can't use it so that you can also sell it. That kind of goes with my example at the very beginning where I mentioned Estrellita. Don't use that. Don't create things like that. Always create things from scratch that came out of your own brain. You can also use AI to create your resources. Just make sure that they actually make sense and that, you go over them and you perfect them and do all the things that make them usable for students. I've seen a lot of teachers who want to create companions for books that they use within the classroom, like textbooks. That's also a big no-no. The textbook companies will come after you, so just be very careful. Don't mention them. You might be able to get away with creating something that is similar, but if you mention them, they will come after you. All right, let's see. I'm looking to see if I missed anything. You can also use Google Slides to create things. It's a little bit harder to use and it might be a little bit more advanced, but it's definitely an option as well. Don't use any school district logos, textbook logos, or anything like that. It's copyrighted. Don't use it. Okay, just create your own stuff. So to make it easy for you, create on PowerPoint, even Google Slides, Canva. Just make sure that you get permission from them and you save that email. You can use any free fonts or clip art only if it's labeled for commercial use. You can also, of course, pay for clip art and fonts that says it's for commercial use. So I hope this episode helped clear up some of the confusion around what programs you can use to create and sell your teacher resources. As you can see, you don't need fancy tools or tons of time. You just need to get started with what you already have and build from there. I'd love to continue this conversation with you inside the Facebook group. It's called Online Business for Teachers, and it's filled with other educators who, just like you, are figuring it out one step at a time. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm truly grateful that you are here, and I can't wait to see you in the group.
Hey, teacher friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If this show is helping you dream a little bigger, would you take 30 seconds to leave a quick review? It means the world to me, and it helps more teachers find their way to this podcast. I'll meet you back here next week. Take care and keep dreaming bigger.